Hey everyone, today on League of Legends Minis, I'm going to talk about something most players already know. It's quite a popular technique, but I still think it deserves its own episode, and that is the Lee Sin Insec. The Insec is named after Korean pro player Insec. Go figure. He's best known for his days on KT Rolster and Starhorn Royal Club. The Insec is a technique where the Lee Sin player performs a ward hop ultimate to kick the enemy into a good position for his team to follow up. It's Lee's primary engage tool. Now, there are two versions of the Insec, one with the ward hop and one with flash. For this video, I'll be talking about the ward hop version since the mechanics behind the flash one are slightly different. So before you actually do the Insec, you have to get into the habit of ward hopping really well. Just dropping a ward and jumping to it as fast as possible. Make this something that becomes muscle memory, something that you can execute without even thinking about it. That's basically the only prerequisite for the Insec. If you can do that well, you can probably Insec pretty well. So the most typical way to do the Insec is to land your Q, follow up with your Q, ward hop, and then kick. That's basically how you do the Insec. Now, when you're using the Insec, you need to be careful. If you're jumping into the enemy team and they lock you down with CCs, then you're kinda screwed. You might not even get your kick off before you get CC locked and killed. So you really need to choose the right moment to do the Insec. Also, let's say if you have a really good position, but your team isn't entirely ready to follow up, then the engage is completely pointless, and it may result in you getting killed. It's not your team's fault if you go too hard without them being in range to follow up. It's your fault. When you engage with Lee, you have to be really aware of your surroundings, as well as the enemy's positions. You can do two types of Insec plays. The first one is just kick the enemy into your team. Usually this is a priority target such as one of the carries. The second way is to kick the enemy into the enemy team to knock up everyone in a line. But the way Lee Sin's ultimate works is the target that he selects gets kicked and knocked back, and anything that the target gets knocked through takes damage and gets knocked up. This is definitely harder to do, but is extremely rewarding if you can pull it off. And I guess there is a third way. You could combine the first two ways. Kick the priority target into your team through the enemy team, knocking up the entire enemy team as well as knocking back the enemy of your choice. That would be amazing. It'd be a really crazy play. The problem with the Insec is you don't exactly choose which one you want to do. Not on your own anyway, because you need to take into consideration the enemy's positioning. Sometimes the enemy isn't really in a good position for you to, let's say, kick the target through the enemy team, so you don't really want to do that all the time. Basically, just keep a keen eye out for opportunities to Insec an enemy whenever you can. It takes a bit of creativity, but if you do a great Insec play, you can win the game off of it. The Insec can be quite hard to execute, and it takes a lot of practice and muscle memory. Just getting into the habit of using the ward hop and instantly kicking, and ward hopping to the proper position to actually execute your kick. Also, it takes experience to judge the situation correctly. You gotta know what you want to do before you do it. But regardless, the Insec, it's definitely one of the most rewarding plays in the entire game if you can do it. Anyway, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, thanks for watching, and see you next time.